You prepare for a voyage never done before, a journey to a planet that is believed to have shown signs of bountiful life. It's the day of the launch and you finally blast off into space, but something goes terribly wrong. You've crash-landed on the planet only to find a barren wasteland, far from what research has found. To add to your confusion, you soon discover a deserted Russian town, complete with houses and electrical facilities. Was the voyage just a hoax? Is this all a dream? This is the premise of Lifeless Planet, a third-person action-adventure game that includes puzzles and platforming as part of its gameplay, and has a story inspired by Cold War-era science fiction. It is worth mentioning that the game was developed almost solely by David Board, who was in charge of the story, design, and development of the game, a feat that deserves to be commended on its own, but even more so considering the overall quality of the game. Set in an unnamed planet full of mystery, players will have to progress by exploring this dangerous world and overcoming its obstacles while discovering the truth behind the lifelessness of the planet. The story itself is linear and only has one path throughout the game, which is not a bad thing. It actually manages to make the storytelling so much more effective by taking away the distractions of decision-making and of aiming to get the best ending. The gameplay functions in the same way. The platforming sections are never too difficult even for beginners, and the puzzles are straightforward enough to be solved quite quickly. This simplification is countered by providing a variety of platforms and puzzles, but it's really the simplicity that allows players to appreciate the game's story a lot more. Although not the best when it comes to graphic or sound quality, the game is still able to express its atmospheric nature very well. In terms of textures, the game could do a lot better, but there are still moments when the surreal scenery can be breathtaking, and overall, the tone of the graphics tend to complement the mood that the story is trying to portray. Similarly, the sound effects could have been more realistic, and the music could do with some normalization in volumes, but again, Lifeless Planet manages to shine by using these sounds at the right moments in the game. Lifeless Planet is a game that has managed to achieve its goal of effectively telling its story, and manages to provoke feelings of curiosity and wonder among those who play it. This is all thanks to the design choices that have allowed the story to take the spotlight of the game. If the more technical aspects of the game could have been polished further, Lifeless Planet would have been close to perfect, but nevertheless, the game sets a good example to other story-driven games out there in managing to achieve a good balance between storytelling and gameplay. Considering that this was an almost solo creation, Lifeless Planet is a very impressive game and should not be missed by those looking for a truly story-driven game. Arcade Pixels gives Lifeless Planet an 8.5.